G'day folks, welcome back to the Story of Moz. This is episode 10 and I'm Moz from Moz 42. Join me in a new endeavour with Moz.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Moz. Again came the time that he had to move on. The company said it's not meant to be. The company's in trouble, so we'll give you redundancy. Payout, that is. Seek new endeavours in copper, lead and zinc.
Yeah, as you saw, the company went under. We're all paid out. All those were made redundant after 3 years of that company being under the hands of the administrators. But towards the end of that operation, look, it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. So I started putting some feelers out and getting contact with those I know in the industry. And I managed to get another opportunity with a small mining company based in Sydney, and I got a position as their group metallurgist, even though it was a very small company, and I was based in their one and only processing and mining operation in central New South Wales. Yeah, so, the company flew me in and out of Cairns down to there. They were long hauls. It took a full day to get there. I'd leave home about 5 o'clock in the morning and make it into the town where the mine was at about 11 o'clock that night. And it was much the same the other way around as well. So, yeah, a fair bit of travelling involved, but I was on a 14-day on, 7-day off roster. Anyway, I got there and to the dismay of the directors, I often called the processing plant a pilot plant because it was pretty small, but yeah, to their dismay, I kept doing it. It is what it is. There was a lot of work to be had there. You could see that a lot of the operators were from the land, and the reason to pick that out because you could see all the pipe work that was put up, or a hell of a lot of pipe work that was put up, was held up by rope, and that's one of my pet peeves. I hated rope being used. If it was going to be a temporary line, I prefer chain, but eventually brackets, proper brackets, and hold it nice and firm. So it took quite a bit of time to change their thinking on that sort of thing. While I was there, we started a new tailings dam because the other one was pretty well full at that stage. There was a tailings dam wall lift done just before I started, and quite frankly I wasn't about to start until that was done. But they did that and started construction of a new dam. There's photos of that coming through behind me. That was a good little place, good little operation. Been around for a lot of years. I mean, it was in operation when I first started in mining at another town in central New South Wales, and it was always a on again, off again operation. It kept changing hands. And having said that, it did again. I was probably 11 months into the stint. Although I was the group metallurgist, I was also the acting processing manager for that site. So after 11 months, the company said, look, we're getting into a bit of a rut. We need to downsize. I've got to pay out there, and I was made redundant again. So that's pretty much it. I was there for about 11 months, as I said, and then moved on to other adventure. Well, the other adventure is I basically registered myself as a company, so I could hire out my own services to operations. basically providing mineral processing support and management services. That's what I was doing. For the first 3 months I was actually still working for the company that just made me redundant, because they needed some work done, and I could do all that from home. I got a few little jobs here and there, and eventually landed a job for back in the place that I left 11 months previous. Yeah, so that was under care and maintenance at that stage, and slowly doing refurb work under care and maintenance. Was brought in by the chief operating officer to review the refurb costs, etc., with a view to minimising costs and getting everything right, ready for a start-up. But that's next episode. I'll go through some photos and a few little adventures that we had while I was there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And for now, please share, like, if you're new, subscribe, and by all means hit that little notification bell down there. It's one side or the other. That'll notify you for when I put up other content. So for now, have a good one, and cheers.